Good morning, Elena. Good morning, everybody. And start sending in your questions whenever you're ready. Hey, Amy. Hey, Lorna. Hey, Alexandra. Hope everyone's having a good day. I had a couple extra minutes. I do have 2 readings uploading right now, but checks are still running for the last 3 hours. But I have an Idaho reading that's uploading now. A 45-minute Idaho reading, and the winner announcement is also uploading, but I need TikTok to release them. Good morning, everybody. If someone can, Alina, you already did. You can see me and hear me. Perfect. You guys can start sending in your questions. What will the next week be like? What will the next week be like? If you're waiting for a conversation, you may still be waiting next week. It's like something you're still longing to happen between you and another person. It's taking more time for a solution. Ooh. Message for the weekend. Message for the weekend. You're not getting what you want. You're getting what you need. Something needs to be brought into the light, but it's going to require some kind of imbalance to show you what needs to be looked at. Messages to help ground you. Messages to help ground you. The work that you've been doing privately is about to manifest externally. So there's something in terms of internal dialogue or mental processing that you've been working on redirecting. You're going to start to see some kind of results of that soon. Will I relocate back home? Will I relocate back home? I feel like things need to come back together in terms of planning. I feel like maybe you were planning this and then it kind of got put on the back burner or something like that. I don't feel like this is happening quickly, but I feel like the groundwork is laid so that when you decide to go through with it, it can happen quickly. So it's not happening quickly from now, but it's happening quickly from when you make that decision. So I do feel like it's likely. Messages from Grandma Zerman. From Grandma Zerman. The song feels important. The Reckoning by Mothika. You're going to see the truth that's not being spoken. Believe it, even if it's not what you want to hear. You've trained for this. Hearing you trained for this. Like your ears can hear certain pitches type of thing. Does my dad ever come to visit me? Two opposing forces working together, the spirit realm and the physical world, to offer a message of love. It feels like you fight yourself about whether or not that could really be the sign, because it does feel like he leaves you like breadcrumbs of his presence. So I would say yes, definitely. Am I going to hit a jackpot or lottery or other additional income soon? I don't feel like that's the means in which it's coming. It feels like something that's like a slow and steady buildup rather than like a quick windfall. Am I in the right direction with my podcast? Am I supposed to be doing it? Yes, you're supposed to be doing it. Are you in the right direction? Yes, but there's something else that needs to be brought in. It's like you don't have everything in view that you're going to be using yet. There could be a need for some kind of collaboration or at least the use of additional tools that are already in your tool belt. So yes, do it, but look at what else you have that you could also be using in your favor. General reading. You're not seeing where you could be quickly freed up from something that's holding you back and make quick progress forward. It's like you feel like you're in this period of delay, but you're not. The delay will be over when you see the exit sign. What is Greg to me in this life? What is Greg to me in this life? Offering you an opportunity to choose yourself when you see that enough is enough. I'm giving and it's not being utilized in the way that I intended to give it. And it feels like recognizing what's in your power to control and what's not in terms of other people. Any messages from my mom or guides on what I should do about my current bad situation? This is like isolate to protect your peace, pull back to protect your peace. Don't let other people's ocean get in your boat and sink it. There's a need to drastically and radically choose what's best for you, regardless of how anyone else feels about it, and pull back energetically from as much as you can right now. Messages from my friend Colin that passed away. There's a secret being revealed to you. You just need to trust the breadcrumbs of it. Maybe not a secret, but like something that you don't know now is being revealed to you, almost like being unwrapped layer by layer. Trust the process because it's going to be a key to some kind of passionate piece of your life, like reawakens passion or makes sense of passion in some way. Message for me in my relationship. Message for me in my relationship. It's like you put up some kind of wall and then you took it back down and it needs to go back up until something is all the way addressed. There's a need to trust your intuition, but be mindful of any fears that may be mixed in there. Trust the first wave of intuition and don't overthink it, but there's a need to like make sure your needs are met in some area that you already addressed, but then put your walls back down for. Where should I look for a new job? Job, emotions, pain, some kind of holistic health, or maybe even like therapy office or counseling, something that makes a difference in people's emotions or something that would bring you that like utmost emotional fulfillment. Feels like almost like something that may not feel like a job because it feels like you're a friend or it feels like you're like a guide of some sort. Will my foot heal this year? Will my foot heal this year? Yes, but not all the way. It feels like there's something you're still going to struggle with, and I'm wondering if it's range of motion. Sun in reverse is like one part being kind of left in the dark here. So yes, there's things get easier, but not all the way. I feel like your foot starts to heal, but there's range of motion issues. Let me do these. A song for you. One second. Who You Are by Jessie J. Who You Are by Jessie J. You're being offered the opportunity to reconnect with like all of the versions of the past that kind of felt to get away from you. This is like an opportunity to reconnect, something that you didn't all the way leave behind. It feels like there's an important lesson from the past that's going to start playing into how you're handling a situation now. You're being guided to trust yourself with that. Okay, where did it go? Any messages, any insight for the weekend? Any insight for the weekend? There's a need to take some kind of diligent action or decision to increase confidence in a plan that the plan of action that you have in mind is going to go well. The only thing that could derail it is your confidence. So find a way to get secure about what you're deciding or what you're about to act on, because you're going in the right direction. I wrote a letter to a friend last summer. Are they going to reach out to me? Are they going to reach out to me? I would say it may take some time for this to happen. These are both slower moving cards, but this would be connection. So I do feel like they are going to reach out on their own time. It just doesn't feel like that time is yet. Message from my spirit guide. Message from my spirit guide. The action that you took is going to start to yield some kind of results in terms of changing the dynamic or changing something in terms of communication. So a conversation you're waiting for or clarity you're waiting for is going to come in because of action you've already taken. Thank you. Let's see what you need to know. What do you need to know? You're being released from whatever it feels to be a circumstances beyond your control that were blocking your forward movement or blocking a release from something. The chains are being cut here. Why are the chains being cut? You didn't have to have the last word, or you were okay with not having some kind of closure, or you found a way to heal from something that you didn't get closure in. It's like that's freeing you to break some kind of chains that were holding you back. Will they ever get a break in Alyssa Turney's case? Her adopted dad is main suspect. Will they ever get a break? Is there a break to be had? Yes, because someone has information that they could offer. Are they ready to do that? No. It's almost like that's a clue that could point the investigators in a direction that confirms something that they kind of have but need more on. Will they ever get a break? Feels like that. And if that person decides to come forward with the information, and if there's a break in the case, it's because that person has come forward. I feel like it's not seeming like it's going to happen right now. Message from my spirit team with token. Sun with number 26. Sun. It's like you were held back from taking some kind of action that you thought was the right action, or maybe like in the moment you held back in some way. This is just a confirmation that you made the right decision. And I put the sun in reverse as I put it down. So there's this feeling of like needing to release the way that your mind is thinking about this particular thing. Like maybe you're starting to get a little frustrated with yourself. You're like, did I do the right thing? This is the confirmation to release that you did the right thing. How is Monday to Wednesday going to look? How is Monday to Wednesday? You're finding the right perspective to make progress in something that you've been locked out of having the right options for. This is like, I'm looking for a window to climb out of and I stumble upon a door that's been there all along, because you mastered some kind of lessen in patience or lessen in restriction. Like, I'm not going to let myself overindulge in negative thoughts about what I can't control. It feels like that's what you've overcome, that's getting you out of this cold situation here. All right, back to this list. Will I do well with ketamine therapy? Will I do well with ketamine therapy? Yeah, big yeah. I feel like that's a valuable use of your time that helps you with a victory that you're able to maintain going forward. So it gives you the right tools to maintain success long term. Any words from Spirit and a song? Along the Way by Echo. Along the Way. You've been working on something that you're worried you wasted your time on because it hasn't happened yet, but you haven't wasted your time. It's been a slow build up for a reason. Along the way, like, you learned what you needed in order to maintain what you're building along the way. So it wasn't wasted time. Message from my higher self. Message from my higher self. You're going to be the authority in some kind of conversation moving forward. And it's almost like the other person would usually be looked at as the authority, but in this case, you're the emotional authority in this conversation. And there's a need to know that going into it. You'll know what conversation it is when it comes up, but there's a need to like take control emotionally of the conversation and not allow the other person's projections to dictate the conversation. General reading and message. There's this feeling of getting out of your own way as it pertains to a burden you've been carrying that's not really yours. It's like after you put this down, you'll see what you were missing before in terms of information you have that you didn't realize you had, or a solution you have that you don't realize you have. It's all on the other side of putting down the burden of someone else's fear or insecurity that you've been subconsciously carrying in terms of what choices you have. Should I attend the event on Saturday night that I've been told about? Should you attend? Oh, your husband says. No. No, because something's not represented as it seems. Either you feel like you'll have this kind of time and you'll have a different kind of time, or like it's a decision you will wish you didn't make, is how I'd word that. To go. Will doing nails lead to an esoteric, I don't know how to say that word, career for me? Esthetician career for me, I think. Will it lead to that? It's not a straight shot there. There's some defeat, or like, this plan doesn't work, I have to come up with a plan B. Could it lead to that? We do have this 10 of Pentacles. It's something associated with that, but it's not a direct route. So will you eventually get there? It's like you get close and something feels lackluster. You're like, I want more. I don't want to just do this. I want to branch out, expand. So I don't know if that means then opening your own business or your own, you know what reference I'm getting is like when you rent a spot in a bigger place type of thing. And it's like you're a freelancer, your own business in that kind of place. You're building a 10 of Pentacles. So it's bigger than you thought, but it feels like you get to some point where you're like, I want more, and then create more. So will it lead to that? Yes, but like, not a straight shot, and it's not going to look exactly like you may be thinking. All right, back to this list. Is my mother happy? She passed away at 49. I was 19, almost 30 plus years. And what does she think about my older brother? Is she happy? Is she happy? This is like, it was my time to go. It feels like there's some kind of pattern that was unfolding at that time that maybe you didn't all the way have clarity on. But this is like, I'm at, Two of Swords didn't all the way see. I'm at peace. It was my time to go. I'm at peace with how it unfolded because it was my time to go. What does she think about my older brother? Things will work out eventually. You might not see how right now, but there's a need for patience there. What do I need to know? My screen is broken. Sorry for no caps. Oh, that's okay. What do you need to know? Feels like there's some kind of thing that like your husband's going to be bringing forth the solution for. Almost like some kind of solution you're trying to work out right now ends up coming from him. So don't be too hard on yourself about not having it yet. It's just divine timing. Is Mickey still with me? Is Mickey still with me? Big yes. I didn't want to have to. Something about the goodbye, like maybe I wanted a longer goodbye, or maybe I wish I would have said something additional in goodbye, or maybe would have had more time in the unfolding of a goodbye. But yes, definitely. Page of Cups is like I'm protecting you emotionally, like I'm your emotional support angel type of thing. Going through something. Am I going through something spiritual or a bug going around? And will it get better soon? Will you feel better soon? You're going through something spiritual. I mean, it's all cups. So it feels like something spiritual manifesting physical, maybe like a clearing, maybe like a detoxing, maybe like a your body fighting some kind of energy, and then also the manifestation of that physically. Will you feel better soon? Not as soon as you'd like. Something's needed. I don't know if it's like hydration, nutrition, second opinion or something. It feels like something's like holding it back from clearing that's in your power to bring in an additional resource for it. When I use those ghost apps and seem to get random words or pictures, is there really a guide trying to communicate? Any better way to communicate or a message? Not good, not evil, not good, not going forward with something. Random words or pictures are really a guide person trying to communicate. I would say no. It's almost like meant to be interpreted a different way. So maybe it's your guides trying to create some kind of Morse code with you, but it doesn't feel like an actual entity like sending those messages. It feels more like something that would make sense in like a unfolding of a puzzle. All right, let me see if there's anyone I didn't get it all. Anything for me? Oh, anything for me? There's some kind of like authority to a situation that's going to be showing you the way forward. I don't know if this is someone you're going to be collaborating with or something you see that gives you an idea of something of how to handle something. But you're going to be getting a major piece of the solution that you need soon from some kind of authority in the area of it. Like, it could be a YouTube video, it could be a conversation, it could be a meeting, something like that. Will I come into money soon via a job? Will I come into money soon via a job? Not as soon as you'd like. There's some kind of barrier you need to get on the other side of by making a decision to release something. So I'm wondering if this is needing to branch out of your comfort zone or maybe expand the like geographical area that you're looking in, something along those lines. And then when you do that, it's able to come in quicker. I did see strength on the bottom of the deck. So there's something to overcome that would make it happen quicker. Is my ex hiding financial information from me? Is my ex shining light on secrets that are kept in private? Protecting my money so it can't be offered away? Yes, I would say yes. Any messages from my mom? Any messages from my mom? The lack of forward movement. Better Days by the Goo Goo Dolls. Interesting. The lack of forward movement is so that you can heal some kind of belief that you weren't picking up as was holding back your options or your choices. So trust the unfolding of divine timing right now is how I would word that. I think I need to get a token. Oh, an umbrella. You Can Stand Under My Umbrella by Rihanna. Oh, the rain will stop soon and you'll be able to put down the umbrella. The rain of the weight. Oh, Elena, happy year anniversary. I didn't realize I had opened memberships that long ago. It's crazy. For everybody in here, I do have 2 readings uploading, the winner announcement and a 45-minute Idaho reading if YouTube ever approves it. Will I be accepted for my PhD? After some kind of hurdle, make sure all paperwork's filled out correctly and in at the right time and all of that. You eventually get in, but like it's a battle on either side of it. So I would say make sure you go above and beyond with every step of it. What should I be focusing on right now? It's like there's some kind of new intellectual endeavor that's kind of poking at you, and it has bigger implications. It unlocks some other chapter, but it may be that there's some kind of hesitation here. Trust where your intuition is leading you to intellectually pursue. Trust what it is leading you to intellectually pursue. Is my friend Sandra okay? Some kind of battle is coming to an end. So is she going to be okay? It does feel like things move forward in a positive direction, but the battle's not all the way past me yet. I'm still battling something that I'm trying to work my way forward past. Any messages from my guides? Any messages from my guides? Someone's words are soon going to heal an emotional void, but it's like that quote of somebody fixing what they themselves didn't break. So someone that didn't hurt you helps to heal a wound of the past, and this is going to make a big difference. It feels like something you've been waiting for but didn't realize you were waiting for, or something you knew needed to be healed but didn't know how to access to heal. Message for me from brother. A song's about to change too. Burning Down by Alex Warren, and it's 1:11 right now on my clock. He's helping you get out of some kind of situation that it felt toxic, felt draining, felt depleting, that you didn't see a way out of. Burning down. You knew the house was burning down. I had to get out. He's helping you see where to stop pouring your energy into. Just trust the signs he's showing you. That's like 2 people dancing. Like I'm on your team to do this. Any message from my late grandma? Any message from my late grandma? The clarity you've been waiting on about why you had to go through some kind of pain is going to start to come to you now. Almost like, okay, you're ready to truly understand how to release this through the understanding of why you had to go through it. Strawberry, interesting, because it's number 69. So yin yang, seeing the good and the bad and the bad and the good. Just like you're about to have one of those moments, almost like from her, like she put the pieces in place for it. Will I get my daughter back? Will I get my daughter back? Someone's trying to strong arm you. I feel like it's going to be an uphill battle because it feels like there's two factors on the other side. I don't know if that's court and another person or two people working together to try and make it so that that's not an option. I do feel like you're eventually going to see a way to play their game better than them, but it's going to be a minute. I feel like it's possible, but it's going to be an uphill climb. Will my granddaughter ever return to her family and a song? I Am Not Okay by Jelly Roll. I Am Not Okay by Jelly Roll. Will she ever return? I would word this as not holding your breath. I feel like there is going to be eventual conversation to be had, but I feel like it's not coming in as quickly as you'd like because right now this wheel isn't turning. I'm unwilling to shift my perspective about something. So don't wait for it, but eventually there will be some kind of conversation. I Am Not Okay. It feels like right now there's something else going on besides just that dynamic. What does B want me to know? What does B want me to know? Right now, you're not meant to see more than as many steps ahead as you can. It feels like there's some frustration with this, but that's actually helping you get exactly in the position to face the target. If you could see too many steps ahead, there may be some kind of overthinking or some kind of strategy that gets you out of focus of the target. So trust the planning stage. I would love to know if I'm doing the right thing divorcing my husband. I'm doing the right thing divorcing my husband. Reverse. Do I feel like you're doing the right thing? I feel like you've tried so many other things that did not work. Do I feel like eventually you're going to look back and be like, did I do that too quickly? Did I make that decision too hastily? I do feel like you're going to have those thoughts later. Do I feel like those thoughts are valid? I feel like there's nothing else that at this point you can think of to try. Maybe down the line you'll convince yourself you could have tried this or that instead, but it feels like right now you're tapped out. It doesn't feel like there is another option because there's this battle that just keeps raging on. So do I feel like you're going to struggle with the decision at some point? Yes, but do I feel like you're going to work through it? Also, yes. So do I feel like you're making the right decision? I feel like you're making the only decision you can right now. Will I be in a real relationship soon? Will I be in a real relationship soon? That is what you're manifesting. You are manifesting someone who's going to be different than the past because you see yourself differently than how you saw yourself in those past relationships. So it's not going to be a repeat of whatever sabotage or betrayal you experienced before. Is it coming as quickly as what you would define as soon? No, it's still in the beginning stages of being manifested. Anything you need to be aware of. Anything you need to be aware of. Things are being rebalanced out, but it's happening in a way that is aligning you to be able to trust yourself and your decision making again. So take it one step at a time right now and trust that that's happening like that for a reason as it comes to some kind of new beginning. Lauren mentioned she has been trying to talk to her great grandma Ella. Communication flew out after she heard hey, but right after she told me that happened, she asked if we can communicate with our higher self. Oh, higher self. It's like your higher self knew that you were about to ask that because the communication card came out before I read it. I feel like there's been some trying and failing at this, which is why she's asking. Can you? Yes, absolutely. I feel like it usually comes in the form of some kind of like inner knowing or like repetitive pattern recognition type of thing. It's like the literal unspoken language because it's not your higher self talking to you. It's just coming into the same understanding. So can she? Yes. I feel like the question's coming because maybe she's been trying to and isn't knowing how to decipher what she's receiving. So maybe helping her to think of it in a different way. It doesn't have to come from a voice. It can come from like an inner knowing being the answer as well. Move this over. There we go. What should I focus on? Lucky numbers and a token. What should I focus on? I don't know where my, oh yes, I do actually. I have 00, which is interesting because it's green and your box that pops up is green. What should you focus on? What you should focus on is there's a completion of a karmic lesson that you now are in the clear of. And there's some kind of, I'm no longer standing in my way of choosing happiness. So there's something that you're meant to be doing that helps solidify happiness is a choice. And I'm choosing that because I'm doing this. Or I'm proving I'm choosing that because I'm doing this. Okay, where am I? Why did my sister change my mom's will, making only herself beneficiary? I found a way to get through some kind of obstacle or barrier that I don't think can be undone, and I'm getting what I want out of it. Complete ending of someone else's access to it. I felt like I deserved it. Kind of gives the vibe of that. Like I'm taking this. I can't be undone. And I know that. And I know it's not going to be good with other people, but I'm bringing an ending to their opinion. General read. Sad Still by Quinn XCII. Interesting. Sad Still. There's something that you're still kind of working through from the past that felt to be taken away from you. And actually, if you would have had that thing, you wouldn't have had space for what's actually meant for you. So there's this switching of perspective that's going to be coming to you on whatever that topic is. Am I supposed to be looking for a new job, or am I supposed to ask for a raise in my current job? Am I supposed to be looking for a new job? I'm supposed to be looking for a new job or a raise in my current job. New job. It feels like the new job helps to alleviate some kind of stress that's persistent with your current job. And I feel like that's around finances. It feels like you're not making as much as you should be or would like to be or put out the effort to make. Am I supposed to ask for a raise in my current job? It feels like that's an option. This is like that's an option, but if they won't give it to you, then it may be time to start putting out feelers for something that would pay you what you're deserving of. A message from Yuki, please. Is he okay? Does he spend time with me and visit? Spend time with me and visit. Yes, but it feels like there's this almost like lack of recognition of the presence. And it feels like because there's still a lot of heavy grief. How can I word this differently? Because there's still a lot of grief, I don't want to make my presence known enough to upset you, but my presence is there. So I don't want you to question it, but I also don't want to pop in the middle of the day with my energy and then make you not be able to go about the rest of the day like you need to. So yes, I'm there, but I'm trying not to be, what's that word? Invasive? Too much, pushy, triggering. Does my husband love me in body and soul? Does my husband love me in body and soul? I'll word it like this. It feels like this person at sometimes struggles about what they view love as. Like they struggle with, do I view love as dependency, or do I love myself enough to truly love another person? Does this person have commitment to you? Yes. Do they struggle with what the idea of love really is to them? Yes. Do they love you to what they believe love is? Yes, but it's almost like sometimes I can't show it to you. And that's because I'm confused about exactly, sometimes it could be worthiness of love, or it could be like, if am I doing it right? Like, am I doing this love thing right? Like, is this what it's supposed to be like for you and me, type of thing? Will Sebastian be found soon? There's Sebastian. There's Justice. Page of Wands, going on an adventure back to back with the Page of Cups. Walking away unfulfilled. I don't feel like as soon as what we would like, but it does feel like something is coming that would lead in the direction of progress in the case. What is going on with my pass out spells? I'm staying on about 15 more minutes, just so everyone knows, and then I have to go get Gavin. What is going on with my pass out spells? Something coming on quick and then backing up. Almost like a surge of energy. It almost feels like you get this like heat flash or sweat wash. Your body's fighting against something. Your body's fighting against some kind of feeling of like short circuiting, or like stop and go, comes on quick, something like that. I feel like it's something that if you already got an opinion on it, you may need to go get a second opinion on it from some kind of medical professional. There's an answer that you don't have yet that you need. Could I make a profit off of the purses I make? Could I make a profit off of the purses I make? Yes, not enough to do solely that, at least not at first. You'll need something to balance out funds, but it does feel like you could make a profit, yes. Slow and steady, though. Maybe not immediately, but you have to kind of stick with it. Message from my guides. Message from my guides. Right now, what is being tested is, what are you dependent on that is not you? We manifest what we believe we are as a mirror. So what are you accepting in your reality that's not actually a mirror of you, but is a test for you to say, oh, this isn't me. I need to release this. And go back to this list. New subscriber, general read. What do we need to know? What do we need to know? You have been trying, or you are trying to take action on something that has felt like every which way you turn, you're meeting another obstacle. That topic is about to have some kind of forward progress. Maybe not quick, but there's going to be action. A message from Kippy and a song regarding my progress. Interesting. Lucky Enough by Jez Dior. Like, how do I word this? I'm thankful for what I have. There's this feeling of like, I may not have everything that I want, but I'm realizing that I have everything that I need, and I can make the most out of that to build more and expand. It feels like there is some kind of ending of a chapter in which you may have felt like you lost yourself so that you could find yourself again. And the message from Kippy is like, you made it. You made it out of that, the season where the dark cloud felt like it was never going to go away. Will my husband's barbershop be successful? Will my husband's barbershop be successful? It feels like there's going to need to be some kind of creative solution as it pertains to teamwork. So it may be that he cycles through staff a couple times before he finds the right staffing. It may be that there's like some collaborations that go well and not well. It feels like it's a process of trial and error. Is there the potential for this to be successful? Yes, but it feels like that element plays a major factor in the level of success and being able to adapt. Should I trust Jay? Should I trust Jay? This isn't someone who's going to go out of their way to purposefully betray you, but if it's me or you, then I'm going to pick me. I'm not going to hesitate to pick me. I'm on your team until it's one of us is okay and one of us is not, and then it has to be me being okay. Will this year be better for me? Will this year be better for me? Roller coaster. Some battles come to an end, some new battles begin, and then you get victory over them. So will it be better for you? Ace of Pentacles, you're being offered the opportunity to rebuild, but it's not going to come without struggle and trial and error. Oh, you're welcome, Chris, or Charlie's Angel. Will I connect with my soul tribe this year? Will I connect with my soul tribe this year? Yes, probably later in the year. It does feel like you're going to start to find people by finding one person. So like I develop a friendship with this person and over time it brings in more friendships is how that feels. But it does feel like this year, just likely, maybe not this year, maybe within a year. So by the end of January next year type of thing. So maybe it's on the later end of that you meet this friendship of sorts. Anything for me spiritually and physical. Anything for me spiritually and physical. Some kind of lack of balance is being restored, or some kind of imbalance is being restored. It feels like something spiritual that manifested into the physical is now being restored. There's some kind of connection between the two. My mom passed a week ago and my stepdad died this week. Oh, I'm sorry. What messages does Spirit have for you? Love Wins by Carrie Underwood. I feel like that's a message from those who pass saying, it's what we were hoping it would be over here. Right now, it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, but you will eventually find a way to manage what you're going through in a way that allows you to have hope again, to see the point again. It feels like right now, sometimes you're doing okay, and sometimes you're like, I don't feel like getting up and getting the water, making the food. What's the point? I'm emotionally depleted. And that's understandable, but it does feel like this is a message of trust that that's not going to last forever. And that may sound a little cliche, but I feel like you kind of needed to hear that. But at the same time, you get what you give. So if you want things to feel like they're not weighing down on you, it may be that you need to take some kind of action, read a book, get out of the house, whatever. It's going to require some kind of action on your part as well, but you will get there. Sorry for your loss. Hold on one second. I wanted to get one from the Mediumship. Take It Easy by the Eagles. And 2013 may be significant. All right, I'm going to do about 5 more. I'm going to see if there's anybody I didn't get yet. What are my chances of renting a home in a better area? What are my chances of renting a home in a better area? Feels like there's something that's holding this back right now. Obviously, you could break out of those chains, but there's a delay. I would say there's a need to be patient with getting all your ducks in a row and making sure that you're not signing up for something that's going to be too draining on you financially or energetically. Can it happen? Yes. Does it feel like it's something that can happen quickly? No. Who can help me with the marketing aspects of my business at a reasonable cost? Is there someone who could? Yes. Some clues to finding them, maybe a lion, maybe this like flowy water element. Maybe we're looking at like a logo or something like that of the company you'd be looking for. It does feel like there may be some kind of, this is giving like light, airy, flowy, but fierce energy. I don't know if that's, again, something that would give you a clue of which company it could be, or if that's just the general energy. It does feel like they're going to help you take the right action. So I can't give you the actual company, but hopefully those clues will kind of help a little bit. Will my finances be good for 2025? It doesn't feel like they're getting worse, but it feels like there's some kind of lack of forward progress with them improving. So not getting worse, but not getting better. Is there some kind of action that could be taken to help them get better? It feels like yes, but it feels like you're not yet identifying what that action could be. Who was I in my past life? Who was I in my past life? Feels like someone who fully dedicated themselves to trying to make quick progress in some kind of career. This is like, I don't really get to have it. You may have had multiple, but this is the one that I'm picking up on. I don't get to have the family life or the friends because there's something that I'm very passionate about career-wise that I feel like I have to fulfill. And it feels like that's why certain things in this life are more geared towards what you didn't get to have in that one. Message from my father. DNA is the next song that came up. I feel like he had a good sense of humor. The FedEx truck just drove by too, so message received. There's something that you feel you didn't do good enough or didn't do enough of, and he's like, please don't be silly. Like, let's not do that. Like, you played the part better than you are giving yourself credit for, or you made bigger of an impact than you know. So cut it out. The scissors. So cut out being hard on yourself. He must have a sense of humor. I'm definitely picking up one sense of humor. Message from my mom about my sister changing her will. Oh, I did that one. New subscriber. What do we need to know? What do we need to know? You're overcoming some kind of codependency type obstacle. If this is not codependency to another person, it's codependency to like a mindset that you've outgrown or a self-limiting belief that it's no longer time for that to impact you. Whatever this is, you're moving forward in that area. Message from my dad and a song. Fight Song by Rachel Platten is the song. Message from your dad. You're misjudging what you're capable of, thinking that you need something outside of you that you don't. It's already within you. It's almost like he's saying, I gave you the tool that you're looking for outside of you. And if you just remember that you already have it, you'll realize the strength that you already have, the Fool on the bottom of the deck, so you can go forward with something. Music. 75, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 breaks down to a 3. Go to the third song on a playlist that feels to be about him. He'll finish the message. Oh, I did that one. Will my grandson pass the test? He wants to get what he wants for the job he wants. Power. Clarity. Yeah, there's something he's worried about here that feels like he does better than he expects on it. Because the Tower is clarity. So the Tower is clarity in taking the swords out of my back. It's like I worked really hard to study this one part of it, and I thought I wasn't going to do well with it, but I end up doing better than I thought, and it's surprising to me. How long will I stay in my job? How long will I stay in my job? I do feel you disconnecting and going somewhere else where you're offered something that suits you better, but I don't see it happening quickly. I would say not with the, I feel like you'll stay for at least 6 months. Why am I having dreams of people who have passed on? Why am I having dreams of people who have passed on? Because there's something that someone who passed on triggered some kind of wound, and the wound is kind of not wanting to go back down. It's wanting to be healed, but there's some kind of hesitancy or tension when it comes to addressing it. So whatever, there's a need to feel the feelings associated with grief so that you can address the wound that's been able to come to the surface because of someone's passing. Is the relationship I am in healthy or unhealthy? It's like unhealthy, but in ways that you're not yet seeing, that you eventually will see. It feels like there's some kind of imbalance of restriction. So maybe the other person feels like they can be more of themselves than you can be of yourself, because maybe it's like putting them on a pedestal, or like they're the one playing the main character role in your life, something along those lines. It does feel like there's some kind of restriction that's unhealthy. Will we move to a new home this year? Will we move to a new home this year? There's some kind of change of strategy needed as it pertains to a creative solution. I would say put a 3-month delay on your time frame. At least a 3 to 6 month delay on your time frame. Will my current work circumstances change in terms of location? In terms of location. You're getting the opposite of what you want. So if you want it to change in terms of location, it's not, and vice versa. It feels like you're getting the opposite of what you want. Who is my guardian angel? Are there better days ahead for me? Feels like the guardian angel that's with you right now isn't someone that you knew personally, but this is more like a guide that's been with you since you were young or since you were a child. And there's this, things get better as you allow yourself to feel what comes up as you reconnect to yourself. It's like there's clarity needed on what shadow work would help you reconnect to yourself, self-love. And as you do that, the brighter days can then come in. Do I move or stay where I'm at for now? Do I move or stay where I'm at? I feel like right now, stay where you're at. You may end up changing that to move, but it feels like right now, slow and steady when it comes to making this decision. It doesn't feel like it's time yet, but it feels like it will be time eventually. Lorna, yes, I just didn't. I still have a couple left to do. I'll have them out by the end of the month. Let's see if there's anyone I think. Oh, let me do these real quick. Will I continue working for a vice chair after my boss retires and keep my title rank? Yes, yes. There's like this lack of satisfaction as it comes to something being released. So it's like you're waiting for the spot to be released, or you're waiting for the responsibilities to be released to you, or you're like, there's a delay in something like that. Will you continue to work for it? Yes. Will you eventually get that victory? Yes. Will you keep the title rank? Yes. But there's some kind of like, I almost want to reference it as like carrot on a string being dangled, where it feels like it keeps getting moved further and further. Will you eventually get there? Yes, but it feels like there's almost like a bit of a delay of sorts. Is my next job remote hybrid teaching teachers? Remote hybrid teaching teachers. Remote hybrid. Remote hybrid. Could there be like a middle step before it's remote hybrid? Like I have partial remote hybrid and partial in the classroom or something like that. It feels like there's a stepping stone. Teaching teachers. It doesn't really feel like, I wouldn't describe it as teaching teachers. It could be like creating a new system of something. I don't know if I'd word that as teaching teachers though. Feels like a little bit different than maybe how you're planning it out right now. All right, I'm going to do 2 more and then I have to hop off. Does John care that he treated me so badly and then just left? Why? Does John care and why did he do that? Justice, does he care? He cares because he's getting some kind of karma for it. Why? This is like you don't know what you got till it's gone, and then once you see it, it's too late to take back what you've already said and done. The grass wasn't greener on the other side, and I feel bad because I'm receiving karma for it. Does Bubs have a message for me? Am I on the right track? Does Bubs have a message for me? Are you on the right track? One sec. You're going to soon receive some kind of clarity about the next step. You're questioning if you're on the right track because you can't see what the next step is. And I dropped a bunch of the cards on the floor. So it's like some kind of house of cards that is built right now is going to fall. And when it does, you're going to see the truth beyond some kind of illusion that helps you see the next step. So are you on the right track? Yes, you're right where you need to be to get to where you want to go, is how I would word that. Rabbit, down the rabbit hole, finding some kind, uncovering some kind of information or way forward. Anything on the missing twins in the UK? I didn't hear about that case yet. Anything about the missing twins? Some kind of delayed action in overcoming some kind of hurdle. It feels like something's playing out more slowly because of someone that's hesitating to take action to bring some kind of information that would help to move things forward with the Fool in reverse. The Hermit in reverse as well. Someone's isolating themselves because they don't want to come forward with some kind of information. All right, everyone. I'm sorry to everyone I didn't get to. Thank you to my mods for being here. I have to hop off to go get Gavin. I'm going to try and do another one of these next week. Fingers crossed. Yeah, talk to you soon.